Welcome back guys to another GTA video, and in today's one we are, as you can see, back in the nightclub garage where I've been storing all the Chop Shop DLC vehicles, and it is about time we go and pick up the remaining 8 cars that are left to purchase. So let's head over to Southern San Andreas Superautos and pick them up. Now I have kept that one space in the nightclub garage for the Gauntlet Interceptor police vehicle, which does leave 3 spaces for 3 of these cars. The remaining 5 vehicles I will store in my 3rd floor office garage, which I've cleared out for this. But starting things off, we can go and take a look at the Albany Cavalcade XL. We'll pick it up in black and it's coming in at just over 1.6 million. The next one is the Dora-Doo, as my friend likes to call it. It's coming in at just over 1.3 million. The Karen Astrop GZ is next on the list, and this is the cheapest vehicle so far, coming in at just under $500,000. We then have the Impala LX, which is just under $1.5 million, followed up by the Karen Vivanite at just over 1.6 million. The next vehicle is the Dominator GT, coming in just under 2.2 million, and this would be your preferred car in the muscle class of the drag races. The next car up is the Vigero ZX convertible, coming in just under 2.3 million, and the final car is the Fathom FR36, and that one is the only one that can be converted to a drift vehicle. Now that brings a grand total of 12.669 million spent on just those 8 cars. And just like that, there are the first 3 vehicles in the nightclub garage, so I think it's about time we picked one up and got it then to Hal's workshop. Now I do need to say, none of these vehicles do have any Imani Tech options that can be added to them. There are 2 that do have the HSW options, and one, like I said, that does have the drift options. Now as for the first car here, we've picked up the Dominator GT, and like I said earlier, this is the preferred car for you if you are doing the drag races in the muscle class. Now I won't subject you to the full upgrade of all 8 vehicles, but needless to say, you have a vast array of options on each of the vehicles in terms of customization and upgrades. And that also includes a good number of liveries that I haven't seen before. Now I did in fact spend about 25 minutes upgrading this car, so that's why it is on 8 times speed for you, as I didn't want to subject you to the full 25 minutes of me looking at every single option. But we do eventually pick up this livery here, and we do go for the black prismatic pearl as the paint job. But as you'll see with some of the later colours that I put on, I am actually drifting away from the chameleon paints with 1 or 2 of them, so you'll see them during the hot laps. But here we go, popping on the wheels just to finish this one off, and that is the first car fully completed, upgraded and ready to go. Let me know in the comments what you think of this one and the rest of them, but I think it's about time we get this one and the other 7 round the test track to see how well they do. And just to let you know, in terms of the upgrade cost for all 8 vehicles, it came in at 5.7 million, bringing a grand total of 18.39 million spent on all 8 vehicles and the upgrades. But let's get going with this Dominator GT. And right from the start, I'll let you know this is my favourite car of the 8. It was certainly the quickest and most responsive vehicle. It actually drove really well. I did cock up a few of the turns there, so I probably could have done a slightly better time than the one we got, but in terms of handling, speed, acceleration, it's right up there in terms of the muscle cars, I would say. And we did get round this lap in a time of 56.56 seconds. Moving on to the Vigero ZX, this is the first of the HSW upgrade vehicles, and the HSW did not do it any favours whatsoever. As you can see there, the back end slipping and sliding about everywhere. The HSW upgrades certainly have improved the acceleration and top speed of this vehicle, but it has done nothing to assist the handling whatsoever. We did struggle to get this one round in a rather surprising time of 1 minute 1.75 seconds. Moving on to the next vehicle, which is the Cavalcade XL, and no surprises with this one at all. It was slow, steady, and it handled reasonably well. But when you're doing less than 100 miles an hour, I think anything does handle reasonably well. This is just not the fastest vehicle out there, so if you've got the money, yeah, go and buy it just so as you can say you've got it, but I wouldn't say it's worth it. We do eventually crawl round the time of 1 minute 13.12 seconds. Next up, we do have the Bravado Dorado, as my friend likes to call it, and although I was expecting a little bit more from this one, but once again, just like the Cavalcade, it was not the quickest vehicle round the test track. It did handle fairly well, and it did have a decent acceleration, but the top speed was just nowhere near what it should be, or at least what I was expecting. But we do eventually make it round in a time of 1 minute 8.61 seconds. So yet again, another one to give or miss, especially if you don't have the money. Moving on though, we do come to the Asterope GZ. Now this was the cheapest vehicle, coming in at just under $500,000, and I must say this is well worth the money. This felt amazing to drive. It had an excellent acceleration, decent top speed, and the traction and grip was actually really surprising, so definitely worth purchasing this vehicle, as it's a bit of a sleeper, this one. And it did in fact make it round in a time of 1 minute flat, so definitely worth purchasing this one. Moving on though, we come to the Impala LX. Now this one was again a bit of a surprise for me. I was expecting it to be a lot slower, a lot more tail happy, but it was actually fairly well held together. It did in fact drive on the slightly more understeery side for myself, struggling to get around some of those 180 curves, but on the triple curve here it managed that no bother whatsoever, and we eventually got it round in a time of 1 minute and 1.96 seconds. The next car up is the Vivinite, and this is the second of the HSW upgradable vehicles. And on the more positive side, the HSW upgrades certainly did improve this vehicle. The Vivinite is a hybrid electric petrol, and on the drive down to the car meet I wasn't expecting much from this because it was really poorly performing, but the HSW upgrades certainly did make a huge improvement, and we made it round the lap in a time of 59.01 seconds. And the final car from the 8 is the Fathom FR36. Now this one does have the drift upgrade available, although as you can see I've certainly not put it on this version of the vehicle. This in itself is a fairly decent car without the drift upgrades. It handles really well, it's got a fairly decent acceleration and a not too bad top speed, handling these triple corners very well indeed, and it did in fact make it round in a time of 58.9 seconds. So there you have it guys, that is all 14 vehicles from the Chop Shop DLC being purchased and upgraded. If you have not seen the previous videos, I'll leave a link to them in the description down below. But let's get this one back to the office garage and get it parked up. In total, including the LSDS utility van and the Riot van, we spent just over $40.5 million for all 16 vehicles that are available at this moment. And if we head back over to the nightclub garage, you can see that that is it, all but complete. We've just got that one space at the back there ready and waiting for the Gauntlet Interceptor that is due to be released with the Clockenbell raid. Now my theory is that will be released with a new GTA Plus month, so if it doesn't get released this Thursday, it will in fact be March the 8th that we see that new content available. But there you have it guys. If you did enjoy today's video, do leave a like, and if you are new here, why not consider subscribing. Thanks again for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.